Yeah, I've had it on stream before where people thought that something in the background was moving. I used to have this bit where I duct taped. Dude, I need to be quicker with that. I'm lacking. I used to be such a pro. Now I'm like washed. I used to have like a duct taped Shrek Build-A-Bear in the background. Like he was duct taped to he was duct taped to like a little barber chair. And you know, it was just like a little bit. And I was live. This was 6 years ago. I was live on Twitch, and people in my chat were like, "Yo, I think he's moving." And I was like, "Huh?" They had me so stressed for that whole stream that the Shrek was moving, and then I rewatched the stream. Like I downloaded the VOD and sped it up. That motherfucker was not moving. Oh god. I remember that video. Yeah, the whole time Shrek never moved. But I don't doubt that this house is haunted, if I'm being honest. I'm expecting to look up at the camera and see like a face peeking from behind the door frame. I've tried being friends with them, you know, but I think the moment that I busted out a Ouija board, they were like, nah. Never mind. Me and my friends busted out a Ouija board at a Halloween party here, and he like kind of made fun of the whole thing. One of our friends did by pretending to be a ghost, and I think that probably pissed something off because since then, like, I get way more wild shit going on. Like, if I'm downstairs, I'll hear, dude, how much quicker can I be? Is it because he's so close? If I'm downstairs, I can hear footsteps up here. Fuck! Yeah, I'll hear like noises in the attic, noises in the garage. I'll hear one story I have that hasn't happened in a while because I'm never up that late anymore. If you go near the staircase around 3 a.m., you can hear what sounds like a family. Fuck, I ran right into that because I wasn't looking. You can hear what sounds like a family talking, and it was always either like a man one night, or it'd be a woman one night, or it'd be a little girl. But never a little boy. And I always said, well, maybe I'm supposed to be the little boy, thus that's why I never heard a little boy, because I have a sister, a mom and a dad, and that's it. Man, come on, leave me alone, guys. Metal Peach. Actually, crazy, I played one. Paralysis for a while. Oh, ew, ew, ew. I hate sleep paralysis so much. It's like the sleep paralysis demons. Hope that's my dad. It didn't tell me on my 360. Yeah, I've always hated those stories because they creep me out. I don't know how I'd react to waking up and seeing like a shadow person standing over me. That's crazy too because I used to see shadow people in the hallway in my childhood home. Oh, he just left. What the hell? Yes. Yeah, I used to see... I can imagine. I used to see shadow people in the hallway when I was a little kid. I was like 6 years old. 5 and 6 was... and a little bit of 7. I moved out when I was 7 and moved here to this city. But in that old house, it was a house built in the 70s, and it, I would see like shadow people walking in the hallway. My dad had like his face touched by it. My parents both saw the shadow person. My sister was too young, so she can't really vouch for that story. But like oh my god, I thought someone was next to me. Multiple family members have seen it. Um, all that. And recently, a few months ago, my mom told me that there was a story she just omitted and said that underneath their bedroom was a crawl space, and one day my mom could just smell like something rotting in their bedroom. And my dad crawled under the crawl space and found nothing. And like my granddad did it, and they both found absolutely nothing dead underneath the house. And apparently, yeah, it was just inconclusive. Oh my god, Jesus. It was just inconclusive. Like, they never found anything. And I told my mom that smelling a dead animal or something is usually indicative of like a demon. She was like, that's kind of what prompted her to even tell me that story, was us talking about dead animal smell means demon. She was like, are you serious? She just like always chalked it up to they just couldn't find the dead animal under the house. I'm like, that's even worse, that there was a demon. But like, it's not like it terrorized us, it just scared me because I was a little kid and I didn't know what it was. Shit! So, yeah, you know, sometimes I wish I still lived in a haunted house, just like for the thrill and for the storytelling aspect. But other times I'm glad, because I can sleep at night. Plus my girlfriend lives in a haunted house, so I have those stories. You know. You can just tell me those. It is freaky. I feel like a lot of people when I was growing up didn't believe me. When I would tell those stories, they were like, oh, you just are like making it up. You just wanted like a cool story to tell. But so much of my family can vouch for it. And shit, like... And then I have another story. We were at my grandma's house. Me and my girlfriend were like late 2021. And we were spending the night at my grandparents' house. And my grandpa slept on the couch. And my grandma slept in his room. So we could sleep in her room. And she said that she got woken up in the middle of the night to a man walking through the bedroom with like a blanket wrapped around him, and she just assumed it was my granddad. And she said like, yeah, he just went to the bathroom. She didn't think anything of it. And when she asked him in the morning, he was like, no, I didn't come into the room once. So she saw, while we were there, she saw a shadow person with a blanket wrapped around them walk through the room. And the history of that house is that the previous owner's son killed himself. And in the first year of them living there, they had like paranormal activity in that house. And that this was like probably the first time since they had the house blessed that something had shown up. So I don't know if I like brought something there or what. But oh, and by the way, I drive that guy's car. Like, I was given his car, so I don't know what happened. I did drive there, so maybe it was the fact that the car was in the driveway that like kind of re-invited the spirit in. I don't know. But yeah, like really horrible backstory and like a really plausible explanation for why my grandmother saw that. She didn't tell us until like 3 months later. It's not like she told us that morning, like over breakfast, hey, I just saw what I think was a ghost of a dead guy in my room. She told my mom like 3 or 4 months after, and my mom told me. And I was like, are you serious? I think because she probably knew it would freak me out. One of the big reasons why I'm concerned about the doorway is because my girlfriend sees like heads peeking through door frames in her house. Like just insane creepy shit like that. I had a friend that he lives in the middle of the woods. He always has. He has like a little farmhouse that his family lives in. Not even little. It's huge. It's really nice. But they live out in the middle of the woods, and I feel like her and I are probably. She sees like a year and a half ago. She said that she just like saw a face in her window while she had a friend over. Like a face that was just like in the window. She also saw it like peek behind her shed through her window. But so I had a friend that lived. He still lives there. He lives in like a big house in like a big wooded giant plot of land. And he said that when he was a little kid, he would wake up. Not wake up. He would like sleepwalk around the house and just start screaming. He was like really little. And yeah, he would just be walking around the house screaming. And his parents would just have to like kind of guide him back to his room. And then like he would wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom to get ready, blink in the mirror, and it would be like 2 hours later. And you know, like some of his stories, like some people may be inclined to be like, all right, that sounds a little too far. But I would spend the night over there, and you would wake up in the morning and hear people walking around in the hallway, and me and him would be the only two there, and he would be in bed sleeping. People with like boots on, walking through the hallway. You would hear like footsteps above his room, which would be physically impossible because there was like a giant, like air conditioning unit, like big fan above his room. So it'd be literally physically impossible for that to even happen. I don't know. I've posted about all this stuff on like Reddit paranormal boards and stuff, and a lot of people are just like, "Oh, that's weird. You know, maybe get the house saged and all that." I don't know if that would even work. My girlfriend saged her house so many times, and yet like probably the only place that's even safe in her house is her room. She said she saw at like the middle of the night, she just like woke up and there was a like a pair of legs that looked like a little pair of pants just walked in to her room, stood there, and just walked right back out. Like a really cartoonish looking pair of pants. I feel like the pants story is a little bit more goofy because we always like end up laughing about it. Because it is like a really funny visual. Like all the ghost stuff, the only recent stories I have are like so minor that it's not even worth telling. Like I have cats and they'll just kind of like look in blank spaces, and it's kind of creepy, but also like I don't know what they're looking at, so I don't really know if I should be creeped out or not. I know a lot of cats just kind of do that. Like they'll be standing up on the banister for the stairs and just be looking down, and their ears will be like aimed down the stairs, and I'm like, what are you hearing? And it'll be like 1 a.m. And then when they see me, they just completely lose interest in whatever's downstairs. And I'm like, man, what in the world? Why you gotta freak me out like that?